Okay, so I debated back and forth if it would be weird or not to have a scarf on in the video, but I decided it's winter time, it doesn't really matter, whatever. So hey, welcome back you guys. It's actually been quite a while since I've sat down in front of my camera and properly like recorded a sit down video. I have been off for so long. I have not flown for over 30 days, which is insane. I have been getting questions asked on like how I was able to do this, why I was off, is it possible for a lot of flight attendants to have this period of time off? And really it's not. It's just with the company I work for, it's something that I can do, but you do find out the details of like how your days off and how you can get time off for certain things once you get through your airline to your certain company. So I won't be going into the details of that, but I definitely did enjoy my time off. I've never slept in so much in my entire life, and I've absolutely loved it. Like, that's been the best part out of everything, is sleeping in like every day. Plus I got to go see my family and friends and all that, so that was really good. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to everyone. I will not be cheering for the Atlanta Falcons, unfortunately. I'm going for the Patriots. If they make it to the end, I usually do, just because they're a good team. But yeah, let's get into this video. I have been getting this question quite a bit, and I just wanted to go ahead and address it and answer it, because the answer is not what everyone wants it to be, unfortunately. Once you go through the actual application process, as far as your face-to-face, you've done your physical application, you filled out your information with your name, your birth date, they have your resume, all that good stuff, you've done your video interview, checked all those boxes off, and now we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and it just seems like you're waiting forever. And now they've maybe opened up the hiring process again, you still haven't heard back anything, you're wondering, have they forgotten? Your application is showing as under review, your application is showing as completed, but you don't have a date for the next part. Whatever the situation may be, when it comes to waiting for an airline to approve your process, to give you a final training date, it can take anywhere from days to literally months. I know people that found out 2 days later, oh, okay, got my dates. I know people that waited 4, 5+ months, and it took that long of a time, because you never know exactly where they are in the application process as far as finding how many people they need and closing that session. So a position might open up for Spanish speakers, and they might need 30 people, so the application went up, it came down after a day, they got their 30 people, check, bam, done. It might open up for English speakers and they need 300, so who knows how long that stays up. And plus, while people are going through the process, essentially a ton of people might be at that actual face-to-face interview, and maybe 10 people got picked out of the whole group, maybe 1 person got picked out of the whole group. So not only are they having to go through the process, they're having to finally pick a person that they actually want, that they see the qualities in, that they decide that's who we want for our airline. Plus they're having to email every single person that was there, thank you but no thank you, try again next time, like wherever you might be in the process. This is happening for thousands of people. And I don't think people really understand just how many people apply to be flight attendants, to be gate agents, to be pilots, to be ramp workers, like everything. Your airline is more than just flight attendants. So with the hiring team, they're not just hiring you, they're hiring thousands of people, hundreds of people all the time. So people get really impatient during the hiring process, just because they're like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this so long, like I put my application in 3 weeks ago, I still haven't heard back anything. And ultimately you will hear back, like regardless of how long it takes, how many days, how many hours, whatever, you will get an email one way or the other, saying that you move on further in the process, or that you can try again the next time, or that you weren't a good fit for the airline, whatever the case may be. So do be patient. I know it's tough. Whenever I was going through the process, because I do get asked this, I put my application in and I heard back a couple of days later as far as moving on to the next step, which was applying for the the application where I filled out the questions, submitted my resume, that part. After I've submitted that, and then I got my video interview, that took a while. The phone interview was kind of unexpected for me. That just kind of came out of nowhere. I was actually on vacation. It was around this time last year, with my friends, and like got a phone call from a random number, and I'm like, everybody shh, like going in the back room answering the call thinking, oh, okay, this is an interview. But it wasn't anything to worry about. So during my process, I still had other things going on in my life. I still had a regular job, so I wasn't really too like focus on days and times until it got to submitting the face-to-face interview. Getting my training dates. Or no, I take that back. Until it got time to actually going to my face-to-face interview, because we had really bad weather in Louisiana and I actually got snowed in, which was crazy, or like iced in, I believe it was, and they canceled my flight. So that was the only time I ever really freaked out and wanted to hear back on my process, and they did email me back. It did take a while. There's not really numbers as far as like phone numbers or email addresses that you can just reach out and get to a person and say, hey, I just wanted to check up on this, because everybody would do that. So it's kind of just like you get the email and it's a one-sided type thing. It's not this correspondence where you can go back and forth and double check with someone or have like a caseworker on your specific application that's checking in. Like, it's not really like that, just because of the sheer amount of people. So just be patient. I know it's tough. It is tough. It is hard. But I do recommend like keeping a job if you have one already, and continuing as long as possible before you put in your 2 weeks notice or whatever. Continue that, so you do have something that you are doing consistently, that you still have an income coming in. Or if you are in school, you know, I don't ever recommend, and I do get this sometimes too, I don't ever recommend applying for the job while you're in like maybe your last semester of college, and then going ahead and putting the application in and seeing if you get it, like still going to school and doing this, because you could be called, you know, halfway through the semester. You could be called the next day, hey, come out for an interview. You know, it's a lot of preparation. So I would say, don't, if you're in school, wait it out and then apply for this, just to be on the safe side. But yeah, it's a waiting game. It really is. It's not the answer most people want to hear, but it is the honest answer. They will get back to you. They absolutely will. There are situations though that have happened that I've heard of where someone has submitted their, like, the questions and the actual resume part of their questions, and they never heard anything back because there was a section of the application that they did not click on in the, like, on the website, and did not finish. So they're waiting and waiting. Months have gone by. They haven't heard anything, and there was actually a part of the application that they did not complete. So do make sure that you're checking all your T's, or crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's, and making sure you have everything. I'm not gonna like go into details on where you go in the website, because all that changes. That's another thing. People ask me, what are the interview questions, you know, what were your questions for the video, what were your questions at the face-to-face? Every time it changes, and plus that's not something that I would give out anyway. But it's not always like your typical, like, why do you want to be a flight attendant? Those are questions that I prepared for, not gonna lie, I did, and got asked none of that. It was a lot of situational stuff, a lot of things where I was kind of like, oh, I don't know what I would do in that situation, I've never been in it, which that's an acceptable answer. But it's just like, they just want to see if you can think on your feet, and nothing that I really can say can prepare you for what they might spin at you, because it is constantly changing. But as a flight attendant, that's the job. Like, every single day it is the same, you know, general outline of what your day is going to be like, but you are thrown for all kinds of loops. You get all kinds of questions each time where I'm like, I've heard it all. Then I get asked something and I'm just like, did not see that coming. People have been in the comments saying, she's kind of sassy, I don't think she likes her job, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, I've been off. First of all, I love my job still more than ever. I did not take time off because I was like tired of the job or I didn't want to fly anymore. No, it had nothing to do with that, and everything to do with, like, the house is being renovated. I have things that I have to attend to with my family, and like I have friends that I wanted to visit, family I wanted to visit. I did not want to be like in an airport. I just needed time off to do things, and while I spent quite a bit of it being lazy, I'm not gonna lie, I needed it. So it had nothing to do with me taking time off because I didn't like my job anymore. I did want to clarify that. But yeah, I am about to go to town and start getting some stuff. I do fly for 6 days on my next trip, so I need to like get a few things for that. And I'm trying to think what else. Okay, this is another thing. YouTube did get put on the back burner for me in January, and not gonna lie, I think I put up 3 videos, one of them being like an old one that I had recorded, but it was just, I just had so much of this, like, not so many other things going on, and we're actually in the process of trying to get internet at my house that I'm at now, because we don't have it. I've never had cable or internet growing up, so I'm gonna try to get internet here tomorrow so I can upload these videos when I am at home in between trips. So I do apologize about that, but yeah, it was just, I just like wanted to like woosah, reset or whatever, get my zen back, and I did. And so yeah, thank you guys for being really sweet as usual, and I will see you all in my next one.